Let's talk about the new vGate IPsec VPN Gateway feature now available for all IPTL appliances. vGate enables a highly secure end-to-end VPN from your device to your network, but it uses the free, already installed and available VPN client that's on your iPhone, Android, PC, or Mac. And the best part is that you can actually set up a new user in under 30 seconds. Let's look at the online data sheet at iptechlabs.com/vgate to learn more. So what do the connections typically look like? Well, you've got your device over here on the left-hand side, whether it's a phone, a PC, and you want to connect that back up to your head end so that there is a secure connection back to the head end resources. So with an IPTL appliance with vGate licenses, we can now set up and terminate highly secure IPsec tunnels from those existing clients back to your head end network. And we do this transparently, we do this securely, and of course we do this easily. Now, what is a typical application? Well, here we have a couple of sites with some NVRs and cameras that are connected to IPTL appliances to a head end. In this case, it's a Model 70V. Now, these cameras and NVRs, they're going to want to be accessed remotely by users as well. And so by adding vGate licenses to the 70V, we can now allow those remote users full access to each site to either watch video streams, control the NVR, and have a transparent end-to-end secure connection. Now, our IPsec implementation is unmatched in the industry. Our team has worked really hard to figure out all the difficult knobs and dials of IPsec to make sure that it works correctly. We looked at what was important when connecting users, and these 8 points over here on the left ensure that you will always get an easy, seamless, stable, and secure connection without any of the delays or lack of security you get when using other IPsec implementations. Now, first off, as I said, you can set up a highly secure user in under 30 seconds, right out of the box. And I'll actually show you a live demonstration of that in a minute. You just simply cannot do that with any other vendor. We give you one-click distribution of credentials with actual instructions on how to quickly onboard or update a new user. We work reliably with dynamic IP networks. We actually integrated our patented real-time resource feature into vGate to ensure your remote clients always know how to find your server, even if you're on a dynamic IP network. Plus, we eliminate the need, cost, or trouble of actually obtaining a static IP for your VPN users. With IPTL, you do not need a static IP. Your remote clients can also connect to your LAN and get established networking just like they're sitting in the office. In fact, your remote clients can actually DHCP from your existing DHCP server that you're already using for IP address management, just like they're on the LAN. This network extension ensures your remote users have full accesses to resources just like they're in the office. This also eliminates the need for separate subnets for VPN users and the hassles of having to configure routers and routing. And this is one of the big problems where users use a VPN. They actually don't have full visibility to all the resources. We also make traffic management easy with one-click compulsory or split tunnel operation. Of course, you can fine-tune a user connection the way you want. We can put a static IP. We've also integrated a user connection in with our firewall and route engine so that you could actually add additional access policies on a per-connection basis. And of course, we make it easy to administratively enable or disable a user connection on the fly. For security, we are unmatched. First off, we prefer AES 256 encryption for your in-flight data. But we also only implement dynamic keys. We do not allow any IPsec pre-shared key, as most vendors want you to use. Of course, the question I always ask is, well, once you put in a pre-shared key, how often do you update it? Of course, the answer is always never. Well, that's a huge security hole. We've eliminated that. We also implemented mutual identity assurance with X509 certificates on both the client and the server. Not only is this a two-factor element, meaning you can't make connections to your network without having the correct certificate installed on the device, but it helps eliminate man-in-the-middle attacks. But also, we prevent credential sharing or stealing. Nobody can just grab a username and password and get access to your network. You know that only authorized devices and users can connect, full stop. And you get all of this right out of the box. There's no wasting time or resources to get your users up and running now. So let's take a look and see what this looks like on a live server. So this is our demo server. And this is the home page when you come in. And you'll notice at the top here, we have a red ribbon bar that has now the VPN feature. If I click on that, we get the vGate IPsec VPN Gateway. And you get some areas here that are pretty familiar within our environment. You've got a create user, you've got some license status, some user status, and some configuration options. So to set up a user, I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is. I'm going to put in a new user. And I'm going to put in a passphrase. Now this passphrase is not a pre-shared key. This is just to protect the certificate. And I'm going to put in my email. And I'm going to click create user and done. That's it. That user is now created over here. If you see that is 66609, and we'll get back to him in a minute. Now the vGate licenses, each server is licensed. The license is perpetual, lasts the lifetime of the product. And you can add licenses as you need them. So if you need another connection, you can add another connection. And basically the way we license it is it's one license per connection. And this gives you the detail of how many is licensed to the server, how many are in use, how many are available, and actually how many are connected, which is the user information. Talking about some of the IP addressing, default is to use your existing DHCP server. So on this system, the DHCP server is on the 192.168.22 network. So when a client connects in, it will get an address from the DHCP server that will put it onto that network. And that's just by default. Now, of course, if you want to select your own IP range or have a different network that's segmented away, of course, we support that, and you can enter in that right here. We've got one-click ability to select either compulsory or split routing. So compulsory tunnels, all traffic from a client goes through the VPN to your head-end network. Now, split routing means only the traffic for the head end would go down the VPN and all other traffic would go out local internet. And this is a business policy, sometimes a security policy. So some companies, users don't want messaging and email and YouTube to go down and clog up the VPN tunnel at the head end. Sometimes based on type of data or the environment that the company is in, they may need to see all traffic, inspect it, and run it through their firewall. And so we allow you to deal with any type of situation that fits into your model. Now, one of the things that we do down here, as I mentioned, we don't do pre-shared key at all. And we generally prefer an AES 256 encryption. But if you also notice, we don't allow insecure encryption protocols. Some of the other vendors do. We don't allow any of that at all straight out of the gate. So along with the X509 certificates and our high-level encryption, you are assured of getting a high secure connection end-to-end. So now let's look at a particular user I just configured here. If you wanted to put an IP address on him, you certainly could do that. Now, if you wanted to send him the certificates to put him on board, you just literally click that button. It would mail him everything that he needs to onboard his remote device and that specific device, because there's actually a certificate for each connection. And he's done. And then you'll actually get that in the mail and you can have the instructions right there on how to set it up. Now, if I wanted to disable this user because let's say the phone got lost, I can actually just click that button and immediately revoke the user, and then he can't connect anymore. So if somebody grabs his device and was able to open it up and get to it and try to turn on a VPN, well, it's not going to connect. But of course, if the device is recovered, you can actually put him back on and no issue. And of course, if you want to delete him, you can. And these packet marking, this is how you do connection-based policy routing or firewall rules that's integrated in with the rest of the system under the IP filter system. And that is the general overview of our vGate system. And if you'd like to try out vGate on your existing IPTL server, we're offering a free 30-day trial license. Just drop me a note. Or if you need a fresh install and want to just try it out to see how it works on your network, go ahead and drop me a line. Or you can just go to the vGate datasheet page and hit request connection license, and we'll get you set up straight away. And that is our vGate IPsec VPN Gateway. Thank you.